And you just know that if you want to look into it, someone out there has already gone, a men and a women. Oh, that's transphobic.
Of course.
Amen X.
Word soup is so funny, full of joy, makes me not want to die. Of course it does. Sorry, that just came out of nowhere.
Wait, who's talking about dying?
Me, every now and then.
Why are we dying?
Word soup.
I mean, aside from Joe Biden not knowing what the red button did.
Okay, you know
which come to think of it is kind of a terrifying idea.
I mean, you just had to say it, and now I'm gonna have problems sleeping at night because you have no idea.
Don't worry.
How likely that is.
He has to be able to enter the combination to open the briefcase.
Yeah, but what if he just managed to do it out of he has an old guy moment. It's like, huh, what was this? Oh, shiny. Boom.
I don't think he has the finger strength to actually press the button.
But what if he absorbs another Yuckamukmur?
It's like Mr. Burns, just without the brains.
Yeah, at least Burns had brains.
Yes, like Mr. Burns, Joe Biden has also been around since Pangea.
But does he get the same treatment and wander the woods as an alien?
Yeah.
I mean, he gets to wander the White House.
Who want to block out the sun.
I mean, look at Joe Biden's beady eyes. Like, do aliens not already live among us?
I mean,
lizards people.
I mean, no, that's Zuckerberg. I mean, Biden gave us the whole, demon possession. At least Biden gave us the whole idea that, maybe demon possession in a politician is real. And then you look at Zuckerberg, it's like the technocracy is controlled by lizard people.
No, you're giving Joe Biden too much credit. That was Hillary.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Sorry. One Dem looks like the other to me nowadays.
I mean, if I'm just being real about it, female politicians are far more malevolent.
Absolutely, yes.
You would be right. You would be right, but then I look at my own country, and apparently my country is the only one who has female politicians aren't a bunch of spiteful cunts. This is bad ladies.
Yeah, but your women are a bit different than the rest of Europe, or even the Yanks.
Superior, of course.
Your words, not mine.
When it comes to the Yanks, though, you can tell which women have, like, strong, like, kind of family values, I guess. Like,
yeah, they're called conservatives.
Well, I mean, even with, like...
the Democratic ones only use their children to feast on them to keep their own blood young.
But if you look at
that
it,
or transition them because they need it.
The last couple of years, this difference, the looks difference between conservative women and liberal women.
Oh God, yeah,
insane. It's gone haywire. It's unbelievable. You can just tell.
I think Tulsi Gabbard needs to become a Republican.
I was gonna say I was literally looking.
She already is.
Well, I was literally looking on Wikipedia to see if Tulsi Gabbard has like children. I don't think she does, but like, because she has like she has like a motherly presence about her that is like actually kind of comforting, as opposed to like the whatever the demonic, like, laughing at uncomfortable questions, presence, charisma black hole that is like Hillary or Kamala.
I can safely say I've never looked at her in a motherly way because she was way too attractive.
Yeah, I mean, Tulsi
Gabbard. There's a reason she's
fine as hell for a politician. Well done.
Oh Lord.
That's why she's Sargon's waifu.
Oh, is it?
Pretty much.
Did you say that? How have I never heard that?
Yeah, he did a couple of times.
For Tulsi ever since she got into politics.
I think it's because he beat the the crap out of Kamala Harris in one shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I couldn't believe when that happened. I mean, I knew Kamala was terrible, but she dropped out of the race before it even came to her own state.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but if I was just to look at this from a perspective of just optics, I would just say, why on earth would you pick a woman who dropped out of the race before it even got to her own state? A woman who got smacked the crap down to single-digit approval for the rest of the entire primary race, the whole season.
Well,
Why would
and
they pick
I also
Biden?
find it kind of interesting.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they pick. They just pick someone, and they
Well,
managed to pick
optics.
Biden, which is absolutely
Yes, and then
Well,
they picked her, and then they did some
And then
fuzzy
they-
math with regards to the election.
Yeah.
Well, it is like
it doesn't really
careful, we're not
matter.
trying to get our stream shut down.
I mean, she
it
made
doesn't
Hillary look good.
It doesn't really matter
why
who the Democrats choose, because after all, remember when they sent out that letter saying that the administration didn't agree with what Biden had to say? It only
that was
matters
kinda
who the
creepy.
administration is.
Yeah, there's a shadow government behind that guy, and everyone knows it.
Well, I mean, it's also kind of funny to me that they picked like Kamala because she's brown because of the whole BLM thing. When it's like, if you actually look at the substance of them, she has like the worst record on criminal justice of
Right.
anyone on the primary
L-
stage.
like,
So
How
did-
many life
deeply
sentences has she
ironic.
done?
How many
have to
black
give him?
men has she put in prison unfairly?
Or
Well, we
Biden,
know
for
what-
that matter.
Look, we know what her answer is to that. Her answer is
All of them.
that's her
Like,
answer.
Biden's only claim
That
to
was
fame
fucking
as far as
creepy.
policy goes is the crime bill that put more black men in jail than any other administration. And this is the guy that you vote for if you're a Democrat. Like, I'm sorry, but it gives credence to why many people outside of America looks at American thing. You guys have a lot of stupid people. Because this is the stupid crap you vote for, and it's bad when foreigners can look at that and go, how in the hell do you fall for this over and over again? Like, do you not look at your Democratic politicians for like the better part of 50 years and go, what in the hell have they actually done for your community other than destroy it? Why are you
Funny thing
repeatedly
is-
voting for this?
The funny thing is
concept of
that
plantation.
the progressives just are so sure of themselves that these Trump years, that America was the embarrassment for the
Oh
world.
my
But
God, yes.
They are
And
they are
it's-
idiots. Unbelievable. They don't see past their nose. It's insane.
It's also like
Absolutely no self-awareness.
And as the
The
last
entire
election
framing of
proved,
that-
they'll cut their nose off to spite the rest of their face.
And everyone else's as well.
Well, it's also the entire framing of that is just so backwards. Well, America has got to change. We are an embarrassment in the eyes of the Europeans. It's like, who gives a shit, Biden? That's not
Why
the
would
purpose
you
of
give
the
a
American
shit about
government.
Europeans? You're
Yeah,
Americans.
Exactly.
the goal of the American government is to satisfy and represent the interests of its own people, not to like go to cocktail
interest.
parties with European diplomats or whatever.
Yeah, but
On
you
that-
know,
on
it's
that
all about
note-
perception.
Yeah,
It's
on
all
that
about
note,
perception,
in
because-
Australia, our media
Okay.
actually came out and said that Trump was a horrible racist because he was putting Americans first. Hold on a second, what the hell do you think the American president's supposed to do?
He's supposed to take 2 stacks from China and do what Winnie the Pooh wants him to do.
By that logic, what do they think Obama did?
Oh, but he was the right colour.
Yeah, he was the good one.
Yeah, he was the right color, but the wrong creed.
I see
That's
what
a
you did there. Yeah, I see what you did there, Trim.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, America,
I hope
dear
to God,
God.
there's no one who joins this podcast called Thor, because then I might just start to have to make sure there's no one cross-dressing near me.
What, Thor?
I
You
feel
mean
like I'm
Jane
getting some
Foster?
context for that.
What did you just say?
I said, wait, Thor? You mean Jane Foster?
Here's a question for you.
Ah,
How
God.
long before Kamala gets sworn in?
Okay.
Again, it is going to be at least, unless Joe Biden like actually
Like a
dies,
year.
it's going to be it's going to be after the midterms. Like they need the optics of Joe Biden.
Like the
to-
day after the
so when
midterms, he's going
yeah.
to step down or have
mean,
an
they're-
accident.
They're
In the
dumb,
stairs
but they're
again,
not.
of course.
Come on, guys. He's going to commit suicide.
No,
Yeah,
actually, now that I
you guys
think
know
about
how
it,
this works?
Is he going to
Now
hang
I
himself by his tie from the wardrobe or something?
No, he's gonna hang
He's
himself.
gonna
with
shoot
using
himself in
toilet
the back
paper.
12 times.
Yeah, or get an ice pick in the back of the head too. I've heard that's
nah,
really,
he's
really happening a lot. these
he's
days.
not going to get Clinton.
Well,
You sure?
Kamala will
yeah,
pick
no,
Hillary as vice president. Just
I
like
think-
a fuck you to everyone.
I think what will happen is after the midterms, the Republicans will crush and clean house. And then I think he's going to look bad, and then it's going to be, Kamala will do a better job, and she would
yeah,
likely step
yeah.
in. That
Yeah,
would
I
be
could-
an
Sounds logical.
optics. Yeah.
I could see that. Although now that we've made the joke about people getting Clinton, just watch as like the line appears beneath the podcast video that's like the Associated Press has confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
Which no one believes. I've
Yeah,
heard some stories that he's still alive.
Do you think Ghislaine Maxwell is gonna go too?
Oh man.
I can't
Well-
believe he's still alive, actually.
Honestly,
I can't. Stranger
I
things
don't
have
know.
happened.
Well, you have a point, but that's not my kind of favorite conspiracy theory.
you know,
I mean,
Yeah.
has Alex Jones said it yet? Unless Alex Jones says it or endorses it, it's still a theory. When Alex Jones actually endorses it, we know it's going to happen sooner or later.
Yep.
No,
you know,
my
it's actually
my favorite conspiracy is Caitlyn Jenner becomes a governor in California and cleans it up. That'll be the funniest thing. Oh, the memes. Oh my god, the memes would
If
be the
that
funniest
happens,
thing.
I will be so happy.
Oh my
Please,
God.
Jenner, leave.
It would
be the
be
base tranny we want.
it would be look, Republicans, we even do transgenders better than the Democrats.
Yeah. We
That
need her.
oh my god, it'll be glorious. It'll be so I will go on a
Yes.
memeing spree happily.
yes, we do transgenders better than the Democrats. I'm a conservative.
5 years
Oh,
in
love
the
it.
future.
I believe that men should not be allowed to punch women in the face in sporting competitions and get away with it because I'm a conservative.
and also transgender.
Oh.
I mean that
Okay,
just
I
that just
really
goes to show
started-
you though that
mean-
go on.
Just to say that the start with the Caitlyn Jenner was kind of rough. I will admit. I mean, driving
Freak
over
show.
a pedestrian and then just driving away. It's not a good way to start. Anything. But then
That's the perfect way to start it. You're a woman now. You're supposed to suck at driving.
Oh yeah, nailed it.
And
Well
then I
done.
fixed myself in the other way around.
Actually, it's a perfect way to start it. You're right. So now she only grows on me. She started well, and now she only grows on me. Actually, so she makes. Actually, this is a hot take, but I think Caitlyn Jenner is a lot more attractive than Hillary Clinton.
That's not
Wait,
saying
did
much
that
though.
accident-
That really
Did
doesn't
that
say
accident
much.
happen?
That's a low bar.
I
Did-
I will
did the,
say I like that they make that she makes the left look really hypocritical.
Oh
It's like
wait,
this should be
didn't do that
the
before?
avatar of all of your ideals embodied. But the second that she says something that you idiots don't agree with, suddenly you give a crap. So you don't give a rat's ass about the diversity. You care about diversity of appearance, but diversity of thought, you are not in favor of that at all.
You make the left's hypocrisy. You make the left's hypocrisy sound like a surprise.
Well, not really, but it's
Well,
more in
a
the case
lo-
of it's more
a lot
obvious.
These days, a lot of people, somehow it's still catching them by surprise after the last 80 years of this.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think after reading Moldbug, I'm kind of realizing how pervasive it really is.
Yeah,
When did that
his
accident happen,
or
guys?
his manifesto that shan't be named,
Was it?
which I can't name on stream, but it's surprisingly based. It's
I mean, if it wasn't for the naughty
Yeah.
actions he did later, I mean,
if
that'd
it
be a
was
pretty good
unified
document.
ideal-
I should be able to say it. It's on YouTube
With a
under
lot
the
of
right,
views.
under the right,
under the
people.
name. Yeah,
Yeah, under the right people too, and we're not the right people.
yeah.
We need to be a little more left compared to Mao first.
That's no, it's genocide enough as it is.
Yeah, I mean, Black Hitler Speaks showed that you just have to be to the very far left, and then you can start shit talking Aunt Frank.
Yeah.
Oof.
Build
Like,
mud.
how could that's got to be the worst take you can have? Anne Frank was a bad person. No.
I mean, it
Jesus
doesn't really
Christ.
surprise me considering the
Nazis.
person who fucking said it, though. I mean, are we really surprised that that individual, quotation marks, really?
How
Have
sure we
any
know
other
that they know who
opinion?
Anne Frank even was?
Yeah.
Because
I
I
think
suspect
so.
they don't. Considering how much they call everyone who disagrees with them Nazis, I wouldn't be surprised if they have no fucking clue.
The irony of Hitler calling anyone Nazis. Wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I said this before in my earlier point is that the left has a almost sheer force of will argument when it comes to policies. That I remember that Hitler would speak to his generals in a way that made them think that the war is winnable, and it was sheer force of will. And the Democrats adopt policy proposals with the same idea. They think, oh, we shall just adopt this, and this will be the result of the policies. And because they don't speak to anyone else outside of that bubble, the media can just tell them that the failure of the policy is everybody else's fault. And because they don't talk to anyone else, they'll actually be gullible enough to believe that stupid crap.
Is it my fault? No, it must be the voters who are out of touch.
Yes, this is literally how they think.
Yeah. Literally the South Park meme. It's scary.
And then you realize the entire corporate machine is manufactured on this, and it runs on the taxpayer's dime. It is amazing how these people, function, frankly, and it's amazing how the Democrats aren't in a state of constant civil war, because,
How does it feel
my
saying
lord.
that your well-earned money goes to supporting these people?
Yes, exactly. See, what the hell? How do you think this is efficient government? It's mind-boggling. You can instantly sum up why the Democrats suck in under a minute. Hell, I did it earlier. I did half of it just now.
Wonderful.
It's like, man, I'm not saying the Republicans are anything. I've actually said this before. I think in America now there's three political alignments, shall we say. There's the AOC type, the crazies on the left-hand side. You've got the base Republicans, and then you have this middle ground where it's supposed to be Democrats and Republicans, but they're not. They're just corporatists. The corporatists will buy whoever is left or right. They don't give a rat's ass. So you've got those three competing factions against each other. And you've got kind of fractions between the left and the right in certain states. But federally, it is just the one coin with the two faces. And I fear how that is going to go down. Because the Democrats their schism is going out of control, and there's nothing truthful in their movement. It's just more crazy. Whereas the Republicans, they've got Trumpism, which is actually effective, hence the last 4 years of good economic growth, jobs, and power production. So they have a stable conclusion of current state of the rhinos, you're shite, get the hell out of the way, we've got an effective manager. Whereas with the Democrats, they have none of that. Like, all of their policies is just chaos, as you can see with Joe Biden's utter incompetence as a president. So where that ultimately goes is a bit more worrying. Because I thought of this is more of a, I won't say worst case scenario, but, and it's ridiculous, it's never going to happen, but the only way I thought that would resolve itself if it keeps going down the road is you will have a East versus West Germany kind of split. You'll have crazy commies on the one side and the Weimar, or new version 2 of it on the one side. Weimar 2.0 would be the Republicans, the commie else would be, the left, and it will fracture somewhere down the middle. I highly doubt that will happen, but that could be a potential scenario.
So what you're saying is a two-state solution.
Yeah, I hope not. At least not a final solution anyway. Anyway. I mean, this final solution doesn't involve the genocide of one particular group, so...
No, but
at least I hope not.
It will lead to an unintentional genocide of several other groups.
It might.
Well, anytime communists are in charge, there's an accidental genocide of anyone who likes food.
Yeah, unless you're young.
But that's like an unfortunate byproduct. It's not really an MO. It's not, hey, we should just starve everyone that doesn't agree with the regime. I mean, that's how it always ended up. But this is why communism always fails. And this is funnily why there is an element of truth to the people who say real communism has never been tried. That is true, because the opening stage of communism is to dilute the system and there's no hierarchies. Well, we've always had a hierarchy because individuals are not strong on their own, and together they can accomplish more goals together than they would on their own, naturally. And that's the natural state of people when they make a society. So you were never going to get even step one of Kamiformia going. So as a result, it has never been tried because the first step is already unachievable.
Well, obviously, hierarchies trace back all the way to the lobster. So what do we do about that? We can't get rid of it. It's not a construct of Western capitalism.
I still say you need to make the end sentence sound lower.
This visitation by Jordan Peterson has been sponsored by Hydra. Hail Hydra.
And Red Skull Red Bull.
I hear it's pretty good.
Ooh, no, his energy drink should be Red Skull Monster. Because that actually sounds pretty good.
Does that include the fanboys?
You have to realize that you have the capacity to be a monster and integrate that.
He did say that in one podcast. I think it was Joe Rogan's one where he said that.
He said that. He said that plenty of times.
I do like when he makes people seem stupid without really putting any effort in.
They just sit there.
Australian feminists.
Considering the people he speaks to, that isn't really surprising to me.
No, I think the most beautiful example of this was in his just thorough and systematic takedown of Bill C-16 in the Canadian Parliament. Or is it a Parliament? I don't fucking know.
I think they've got a Parliament.
Whatever, look it up on YouTube, anyone who's watching, because it is truly amazing. Yeah. He just demolishes the legislation on every level imaginable. And the Canadian senators are stuck looking like total idiots.
But they still passed it, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
God, I feel sorry for every single
these
Canadian
power structures.
Liquid, if you're watching this, I feel sorry for you, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's got to be hard enough living as a Canadian with a bifurcated head.
All right, so as a very unsubtle turning point, speaking of Jordan Peterson and how people like to deplatform him, seems like he'll have a lot easier time if he goes to the UK, if he's ever allowed into the country.
Can't imagine why it wouldn't be.
Well, COVID, but
of course.
Oh, who cares about COVID?
Apparently politicians.
About COVID.
Yeah, politicians only want to use COVID as a wedge issue to gain power. And let's be brutally honest, anyone who disagrees with me is an idiot and you're wrong.
Well,
I would literally go on a 5-minute rant about why masks are useless. And I'll actually give you good points as to why.
My liberal values says that masks are a good thing. Okay.
Well,
it's actually kind of amazing because Joe Biden, it's the dirty little secret in the U.S., right? That nobody actually takes the guidelines fully seriously. If you
does.
Well, yeah,
unfortunately, we are stuck on YouTube, so we might move away from our opinions on mask effectiveness.
Oh yes.
Well, I'm not.
That was the joke. This was the joke. This was in Minecraft.
Yes, everybody. It was all a joke. But this is the dirty little secret.
Sellouts. I'm not going
Joe
to cut
Biden,
to this.
Joe Biden.
It is ineffective, and screw all of you who disagree.
Well, Joe Biden was like a month ago or so. Oh, well, if everyone starts getting vaccinated and we're well behaved, you can get together in small groups of people on the 4th of July. It's like, Joe, people have been getting together in small groups already without masks. Everyone I know does that.
Yeah. Well, base Florida man says, fuck you, we're open now, get bent.
Yeah, well, they can be the
Love that
most
guy.
like progressive person. They can simp for Biden. They can even be like a nurse or somebody who's undergoing medical training. I know plenty of people like that who did vote for the Democrats, and even they will like meet with their close friends like in small groups without masks on. We've been doing that basically since the summer. Like it's
Wait, so they do other things than making fucking TikTok videos?
Allegedly.
Apparently.
Well,
I want to ask a question though. As far as the effectiveness, I'm not saying they're not effective. Yes, I am. What I'm trying to say is this. Okay, so no, I can actually say this because I've heard Brett Weinstein make the case that the coronavirus in the sunshine is basically dead, which is why in the summer you have virtually no cases. Right now, this is the case. In the summer, you have less mask wearing because it's out inside. People don't want to wear the bloody thing because it's warm. You have more gatherings and more people are out and about because it's warmer and it's nice and people actually like to meet outside for the weather. So more interaction, less mask, larger groups of people. You have virtually no cases. In the winter, you have the exact opposite. You have less people, more mask wearing, and there's less gatherings because it's cold. And you have more cases. So if the masks are effective, why in the hell do you have more cases and less people?
You make a good point, but Susan, just so you know, just because you force us to, I have to disavow.
yes,
Disavow,
totally disavow.
It is a good question that nobody wants to seem to answer. I wonder why that is.
Yes,
A
I
very
wonder.
good question.
I'm just saying. I know the real answer. Everyone wants to fucking say it, but everyone knows it. Or my other reason that I think, and this is this is just me going off tangent, and I've said this before, that how many people, as far as the mask wearing goes, know the different types of masks, wear it incorrectly, wear the same mask day in, day out, put it in their pocket, put it in their car, in the house, and take it off and on with all the finesse of a drunk trying to hold on to a freshly poured pint. And if this is in fact how the
me.
it might be, but if this is how the vast majority of people behave, and if you look at people coming out of a shop, you will notice it is. What in the hell is the efficacy of your policies in the bloody first place? And if it doesn't spread, because asymptomatic people do not spread the fucking virus, there's no point wearing it in the first place either.
Yeah, pretty much. But also,
Congratulations, I have made all cases for mask wearing obsolete in the space of 5 minutes. I am God. Someone give me a medal.
Also,
Saying it
because I have
Yes, we'll give him the comedy medal for like the mask.
No.
What we'll do, right?
What we'll do is we'll find an independent, in big quotation marks, organization for truth and accuracy, and then they can give him the medal. You know, just like YouTube does when they want to give people free speech awards.
I would like to say if I could get one institution to give me that award, I'd like it to be the Hoover Institution. I'm big fans of the Hoover Institution.
Okay, when I say people. Hoover, I'm thinking of,
vacuums.
Hoover duster. Yep, pretty much. Yep. I'm a plebeian. Deal with it.
It's going to be like YouTube. They're going to suck away my opinion. Screw you people.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, literally. But
I regret no puns. Just so that is warned.
I've never been able to ask a group of people like just those two questions about this is if you look at mask wearing during this magical period called seasons, you'll find a disparity between the two times of the year. And then as far as the efficiency goes between the so-called trade-off, as Thomas Sowell likes to say, with the mask wearing. And you will see that it's bull. Like, you just look at it. On face value, you're going to analyze it and it's just shit.
Tracking seasons is an example of white culture anyway, so it's clearly all just racism.
That too.
Tracking
and also
seasons?
The Ministry of Truth will suddenly start rewriting the fact that we've always had heavy corona times and influenzas during the summer.
You mean winter?
No, summer too, because we need
well, we have, but it's
summer.
Oh, hell, you can get the hell out of here.
We've always been at war with the virus.
Always.
If by virus you mean government intervention, yes, we have definitely always been at war with that one. At least for the last 60 years when... actually, probably
you
a
call
bit more.
it a virus? I just call it cancer.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, actually, one kills you, and the other one just ruins you from the inside, and then kills you.
Okay, well, consider it's a disease. Let's put it that way.
Well, it's still
Yes.
cancer.
A pus-filled
But,
boil on the arse.
But yes, that is that is my opinion on the mask wearing, or as I call it,
The
I can find
muzzling.
a creative way to say this.
Yeah.
That's true. I like to call it the symbol of obedience.
Yep,
Or the
a
lack
muzzle.
of thought. Yeah.
Or what about the Jacob star? No, David star. Sorry. What?
I would rather wear that one on my sleeve.
Actually, it's stylish. You know?
Well, to protect the vaccinated people, the government will have to give maybe a yellow star to everyone who isn't vaccinated, so people know to stay away.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
I hear it's in the form of a card.
I wonder if they realize the vast majority of people won't actually give a crap whether or not you're vaccinated.
Don't ruin it for them. They actually
Because I
think
can
you care.
guarantee you, if I look at someone who isn't vaccinated, my first response would not be, I have to avoid them. My first response would be, base person, hang out with them because they're cool and sane.
Yeah.
It's the same with the mask.
The lepers. We
Yeah.
must force the lepers out of society.
Like I've said this before with the mask wearing thing is on the actual case for the mask wearing. It actually on the packaging it says this will not protect you from COVID, and the vast majority of people it literally says that on the package, and if that tells me the people who wear it outside. Okay, if you if okay, oh my god, don't get me started. But the people who wear it then. Unless you don't know that it doesn't protect you from jack shit, I mean, you're outside, you don't need to wear it in the first place.
Well, it does protect you from the actual. It does protect you from the danger. Though. It protects you from the police.
I don't think it does that either.
Heavy and the wonderful, of course, totally justified fine of 500 to 2,000 euros.
Well, it's also like I'm actually vaccinated, so it's like if I see an unvaccinated person, like, what do I give a shit? I'm vaccinated. Do vaccinations work or do they not work? I'm vaccinated. I don't give a fuck. Like,
we'll have to ask Dr. Fauci what his opinion is this week. It might have changed since the last time we heard from him.
His opinion is, what can I say to get more money?
Give us vaccines. Help all the people who have been.
Oh God, I regret it. I regret it.
No,
I regret everything. God, I'm sorry. I regret everything. I swear, I will convert to God and Jesus. Just don't keep singing. I made a mistake. Please.
Put it this way: if you wear masks outside and it is to protect other people from you, doesn't that mean I should stay away from you?
Good point.
Well, I tend to stay away from people that wear masks.
Yeah, but I mean, that was my initial thought. It doesn't protect you from anyone else. It doesn't protect anyone else from you. Just you from everyone else. So if you wear a mask, presumably it means you have corona. Stay the hell away.
Well, there's
the
like
only one that sees that
people.
That's just rational?
Yeah, there's like a dozen people in Australia with the virus anyway, and that's like official government statistics, and they're all in quarantine.
Therefore your whole state has to shut down.
Like, what am I supposed to be scared of exactly if there's a dozen people in the country with it?
Yeah, in a state of how many millions of people?
Well, like, there's more people that have AIDS than that, and that doesn't count.
It's 12 people with COVID, Besek. We need to shut down all of the country. A small continent must be shut down.
Yeah, I don't know how people don't see that is an overkill of an utterly insane response.
It's an overkill of black hole proportions.
Like if someone just said, "Hey, there's some coronavirus. There's two people in 4 million."
WAP into this.
Sorry.
Can we just chuck all coronavirus patients into the black hole and then it will disappear?
Into Cardi B?
I mean,
yes.
He is big, but that big?
I'll just bring over the statistics for my state. 3 new cases in the last 24 hours. Gee, I wonder how many of those are community transmission. I bet the answer's none.
Also, how many of them are actually positive?
We've had 1,583 total cases since March 2020.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is if somebody tests positive, it just means that they've tested positive through the test. It doesn't mean they're even sick. They could be asymptomatic with remnants of the virus. It could mean they go home that day after they took the test and fuck all happens. It doesn't mean it's a hospitalized case.
Exactly.
That's what drives me nuts. If people see there's 400 new cases, but there could be 200 of them could test a fucking Coke can and test positive. It doesn't mean shit.
Let's have a look at the statistics. And YouTube, these are government statistics on the official government website. Look, if I scroll all the way up, it has the government logo and everything. Let's have a look at the likely source of infection. Okay, total cases. 1,500...
In the background, rabid Susan Wojcicki noises.
Yes, so total cases in my state since March 2020, 1,583. How many acquired from overseas acquired? 1,255. Under 400 cases acquired in the community in my state. And yet, every time someone, since March 2020, and every time somebody sneezes and it scares the government, we shut down half the damn state.
And your government getting scared, isn't that basically you just show them a picture of something black and scary out like a gun or a toy gun? And then
Or Cardi B.
Well, definitely her. What?
All you need to do is show the government a bright pink, orange tipped airsoft rifle and they'll run screaming into the hills because it's a deadly weapon, according to law.
Your country disappoints me. I mean, at least Biden has the benefit of being a malicious individual when it comes to his own bullshit, but
He's more incompetent.
Your country has just sheer incompetence. And to be honest, it's worse to have someone who is incompetent instead of malicious.
Yep.
Did you agree?
Cases by hospital and health service. Look at this is where the cases are identified. The maximum is 350 in one tiny area of the state.
What?
And yet, we've had less than 400 cases acquired in Queensland. Every other case that they count as a COVID case that's an excuse to shut the country down has come in on a plane from overseas.
Yeah, that's
Also,
something that I don't get.
And
How many deaths? Did anyone die of COVID in Australia even?
Let me find out.
How many of them are members?
Here we go.
Australia ought to
Here we
have
go.
bigger balls than that, considering everything over there's already trying to kill them anyways.
Right,
What's
here
an
we go.
added virus on top of that?
Here we go, guys. And again, YouTube, official government statistics. Look them up yourself. It's all true. No, 7
Jeez.
since March 2020.
Jesus Christ.
Kidding me.
What?
Jesus Christ.
7 deaths. Oh, was it 7 deaths with?
I bet more people have been eaten by dingoes than 7.
I'm sure more people have died of, I don't know, what's a rare disease? Malaria.
That's quite common.
Well, not in civilized countries.
Moving along. I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I would have said being boxed by a kangaroo.
Let me tell you what 7 into 1,583 is. And again, YouTube, official government statistics, 0.0044.
Jesus.
And that's deaths
and that's not even
for cases.
And that's so almost.
Oh boy.
So more than a year, you've had 4 deaths.
7 deaths.
7 deaths, and that's presumably died with COVID, not even from COVID.
Correct.
So they could die from completely anything.
Probably.
They were just because I wanted to ask this because over here in Ireland, I saw a picture or a video, of 2 guys I think it was in a Dáil, which is like the Congress over here in Ireland. And the one guy was asking, I think it was the Minister of Health, and asked him, how is COVID cases recorded? And he said, so if you're in hospital for any reason whatsoever and you test positive for a COVID case, you're listed as a COVID patient. He went, yes. And if somebody dies for any reason whatsoever and they're testing positive within a certain number of days, you're listed as a COVID death. He went, yes. And he just looked at him like, do you realize how insanely disproportionate this makes your death look, you fucking imbecile?
Well, here's the real test for progressives. Is George Floyd listed under the COVID death statistics?
Probably.
No, he was the only person with COVID who didn't die from it in America, remember?
Oh, he's listed as a Chauvin death, not a COVID death.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I hear that COVID has this magnetic ability on knees of people. Suddenly you just walk around, you have COVID, and suddenly knee in the neck.
It is criminal that guy went through.
Well, everybody knows that he didn't die of Chauvin, but with Chauvin.
Well, the thing is, even if you,
I want to get that on a shirt because that's a good line. I imagine I'd piss off so many people, but that's pretty funny.
I'm writing that down.
Well, here's the thing, like, even the people who like think that Chauvin is like completely guilty of everything, the dude still needs like a retrial. Like that one juror,
just
being
insane.
so obviously biased and making very strong comments about the case before it ever even went to court is like.
I don't have any affiliation with Black Lives Matter, but here's a photo of me 8 months ago with a Black Lives Matter t-shirt on, and a hat as well. I totally have no bias. Fuck out of here.
Well, it has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt.
That's a pretty good.
That's the one line that matters. It wasn't.
Beyond a reasonable
there was a lot of
doubt.
doubt.
I can see it. Yeah.
There's a lot of doubt.
Oh,
this guy had 4 times the fentanyl enough to kill a human being. And he was shouting, "I can't breathe," before he was on the ground, for heaven's sakes. That to me would have instantly gone, he's not guilty, get the hell out of here. This is a dumb court case.
Guys. We all know that the more fentanyl you take, the more you make a resistance. It's like an RPG. The more you slap a boar, the more XP you grind, right?
This is not an induction of skooma or something, for heaven's sakes. By the way, if you get that reference, well done.
Well, it's like Princess Bride, though. He's developed an immunity to fentanyl powder.
Yeah. Oh, here's a lovely
to breathing properly, maybe.
Here's a lovely graph. So, let's see. We hit 1,000 COVID cases. Call it mid-April 2020.
How many?
1,000 cases mid-April 2020. We are now up to just under 1,600.
And what's Australia's population?
Lovely.
This is specifically my state, but I'm pretty sure it's a bit more than that. Let's have a look.
What's the population of your state?
Yeah.
Just looking that up. Let's see.
Hey guys, you've seen the series Scrubs, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Cox, whenever he gets frustrated enough, he takes the foldable decks and smashes in his head. That's me.
Yeah.
Talk about this shit.
Okay.
Oh, where he just goes away and just whacks it against his head repeatedly.
So my state's population is 5,184,000. And
roughly Ireland's population.
Yep.
Wait, how many?
And in 5,184,000.
That's as much as Norway.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my state is bigger than Texas.
What?
Jeez.
Damn.
I hear that, Texans.
Oh, but how much of that is livable land? I mean, are you guys quite dispersed, or?
It is Australia. There's nothing livable there.
We're basically spread up and down the coastline, but most people live in like one small area. But still, my state,
there you go.
I do get to say that my state, which is the second largest in Australia, is bigger than both Texas and Alaska.
You hear that, Texans and Alaskans? You got a smaller penis.
Yeah, but we have guns in Texas, so...
Yeah, sad face.
Oh yeah, you got the thing called the Second Amendment. Gee.
Yeah, wow. Right. So I'd like to have some of those. So yeah, the point I was getting at, 16th of April, it is now May again. So in a year, we have had less than 600 cases.
Sounds
5 million.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yep. And
how many deaths of these 7 deaths? How many were they in the last year?
I bet I can't find that.
Probably in the first wave, and then nobody died.
We're talking about the feminist wave here, or what?
Oh man, I love that. You can actually talk about it like a disease. Well, the first wave of feminism.
But isn't it a disease? I heard it was a severe mental disease back in the
It's
day.
cancer.
It's fucking cancer.
Yep, Milo. Feminism
Yeah,
is
that
cancer.
was
Thank you
Milo.
very much.
Oh god, I miss the Gamergate days, for fuck's sake.
And
How bad is somebody actually miss that shit?
So we've had 600 cases over the last 13 months, and you remember how we like to lock down with only 3 cases at a time?
Yes.
The population of the state capital is 3.8 million. So 3 people get COVID, 3.8 million people get locked down. Slightly disproportionate.
That is completely logical, don't you see? Oh my god. How vibrant.
Yes. How vibrant.
I'm just more shocked by the amount of humans who go along with this. Who doesn't just look at this and then go, this is bullshit. Like, how the hell is the state?
I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. The only reason I'm fucking following this crap is because I have something called debts, and I can't afford to pay my ass out in bills.
Yeah. And just to confirm, on the deaths, information about the death of a case with COVID-19.
Okay.
So even counting cases
it's not even from.
with, it's 7.
7. What?
So you could actually have cases that have nothing to do with COVID whatsoever.
Quite possibly.
I hear a noise in the background here. Let's see. What's it called?
It's the sound of a sound screaming.
Bullshit. Yes, bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, bullshit.
I just thought it was bloody nonsense from the freaking get-go, just by the fact that I saw clips coming out of China and people falling on the ground flopping like fish. I went like, there's no way that's real. That's bollocks.
Absolutely.
Wait, what was that? Who mentioned China?
You mentioned
Me.
China. Now I'm angry. We gotta talk later.
But yes,
God,
there are currently 18 cases in a state with a population of, what was it again? 5 point something
5 billion?
million?
5 million.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, and we still have reduced capacities everywhere, and the government has rolled out a new app so that every time you go somewhere, you can check in and let them know in case one of those 18 cases breaks out of hospital and gets you.
I don't know who is stupid enough to do that. Hey, look, let's let the government track me. Why the hell would you do that?
Because Big Brother loves you. He loves you so
I'm sorry,
much.
but
He loves your
you
votes.
need it. Most Australians, despite the fact that we live in one of the most dangerous natural environments on the goddamn planet, most Australians are cowardly fucking sheep.
Well, you have a point there.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem in America.
Hell,
That's
I
most
grew up on
people.
a sheep farm, and they aren't just cowardly, they're fucking retarded.
Yeah, most Australians seem to fall under that as well.
Now I got nostalgic.
Oh
I kinda
damn!
miss
Well,
those farm
no wonder Jesus is like humanity's shepherd, because I feel like that's kind of how God looks at things.
Yeah, I mean the Jesus pill keeps growing.
Yes, it does.
I feel terrified by the amount of old people who get jumped into this as well. I know there's I think it was in France, the lady was like 101, she got it, and she was fine in like 3 days.
Great.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
almost like she probably didn't have 4 or more comorbidities.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
was 101 years old. She is technically in a so-called dangerous bracket. I say dangerous. I don't know if there's any age bracket where you are a likely fatality that is over 10% in any age range.
Okay, and now let's also have a look at the number of COVID-19 cases in people over 80. 20.
That's it?
20.
Yes.
20. Just
Since
20.
March
Wait.
2020, 20 people over the age of 80 have had COVID.
Yeah, it seems like a perfect reason to fucking close the whole country and
That's basically
become authoritarian asshole.
most of the people over 18 in your whole state, probably.
Jesus fucking Christ. Now we're here, can I just mention something that pisses me off about my own country? Aside from God knows all those fucking taxes.
Which is?
We have this wonderful woman in leading this wonderful country.
Of course you do.
I was serious. My country is wonderful, but our prime minister is a bit of a Europhile, a bit of a centrist. She loves centralization. I don't. She have been instrumental in making you can't go to your cabin at this and this hour. You can't go there. You can't do this. You're not allowed
Why?
to do this. I don't know. I guess she's having a power trip or something. And then, of course, there's this rule during Easter's: you cannot travel to your cabin. And then you have later, you can't have too many or large celebrations. What happens? She goes on a goddamn celebration.
Of course, because it's all nonsense. None of these rules matter.
I think it was a family gathering or some kind of birthday thing.
Wait, are we talking about your Prime Minister who didn't actually end up going to the party?
Really? No, this was something else.
This is a different event. I'm sorry. We haven't gone to that one yet.
Oh, shit. It wasn't the Prime Minister. Now this was... now it derped. It's a bit too late. There's this one minister who is responsible... Oh, shit. I forgot the name. Now I'm completely uncapacitated. Sorry, guys. I derped wonderfully. I'm retarded.
I actually have to bounce.
Yeah?
It's been great, y'all.
It's been wonderful.
Talk to you guys later.
Righto, man. Catch you next time.
How many people can we name that have been caught without a mask? You got Nancy Pelosi in the hair salon. You had Lori Lightfoot in Chicago with a megaphone and a crowd of people all around her. You have Gavin Newsom, who said, I was meeting with family members in this upper-class restaurant. It was a lie. He actually was meeting with a lobbyist, which should tell you everything about fucking Gavin Newsom. Who else? Keir Starmer was recently caught with a bunch of people inside. I don't know who the hell took the picture, but that's pretty funny. So when I see this happening, I think that's the second time Newsom got caught, actually. I think he's been caught recently again. So if I see this crap, my instinct is, you are not taking this seriously, and you supposedly make the laws for your state. So why in the hell should anyone listen to you? You repeatedly flout your own rules. So clearly you don't take it that seriously. So don't be surprised when your citizens don't.
Now I managed to kind of clear up the thing. One of our minister called Svein Flåtten. This guy has been like, you can't do this, you can't do this. He's no, it was Bent Høie. That was his name. Fuck, there's so many weird names in this. It was the health minister, Bent Høie.
Of course it was.
Yes, the health minister, mind you. Bent Høie, part of the right or the Conservative Party of Norway. And he said, it will be punishable to go to your cabin when the coronavirus is running rampant. What did he do during Easter?
Go to his cabin?
Yeah, and also he sent like videos on Facebook. Oh, it's so nice being on my cabin. That's it. That's the thing that pisses me off.
It wasn't even subtle at being a hypocrite.
Yeah.
No.
Or just rub it in your face that I can do whatever that I want with impunity.
The reason why I screwed up is because he's in the same party as Erna Solberg. That's the birthday thing. And yes, she wasn't there, but she was kind of the cause for it, so she had to pay for it. Norwegian tax money, of course.
Again, why do people listen to politicians when it comes to healthcare? It is mind-boggling.
Yep.
But I don't understand. Most people will tell you, I do not think of any, I can't name a single person who think any politician tells the truth. But for some reason, they think they tell the truth with this. See, how? Why?
In this one.
I mean, you constantly complain. The one thing you don't like about politics is unelected bureaucrats telling you what to do. When you have unelected so-called scientists, which I am putting in quotation marks, telling the politicians what to do. And conveniently, all of what the medical so-called experts, honk honk, quote unquote, tell these people to do, give massive amounts of power to state officials. I can't imagine why they would only listen to a certain number of experts that repeatedly give politicians who are psychotically hungry for power more power. And no one seems to think this is unusual, except me, because I'm sane and I'm surrounded by morons.
And they choose the experts who they listen
Yes,
to.
exactly.
The experts who give them the most power.
Yes,
of course, the skeptic doctors and all of these people, they are censored, and
Yes.
that's the way it is.
Yeah, then I would rather listen to the censored ones because the censored ones would actually freaking make
Absolutely.
sense.
Trust the
Does anyone
science.
of you-
Listen to
anyone
the
else of
scientists.
you
Wait, not those ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
It's
anyone
almost
else
like
and
think
the
that
algorithm.
it's
Biden might be an
become
idea?
it's become a religion.
Yeah.
It
The
is. It is
cathedral.
a religion. Yeah, I love that term.
From the COVID.
Yeah, the cathedral has a medical wing now.
Indeed.
Wonderful.
Well,
Mm.
hi, I hope you enjoyed this segment from the Sultans of Shadilay podcast.
If you like this segment, please click like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the full podcast in the description below.